I think this is probably the best starter home I have done of this series in regards to it feeling like a full home. Like, you have absolutely everything you need in this starter home and more. I'm really impressed with that one. Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah, and welcome to another Sims 4 build video where I use only one pack to make a starter home, and then I fully renovate that home to be the home of my dreams with whatever pack we are using. I love these videos, you guys seem to really like them as well. It's a really great way to explore the packs, always so much fun. So with that being said, I cannot just come up with inspiration on the cuff, so I have already spun for the pack we're going to be using, so let's do a little flashback. Alright, here I am to determine what pack we're going to be using to build this build today. You'll see we've got some interesting ones still on here. I mean, we've got Journey to Batu. I say it in every one of these videos, but it's going to eventually happen, right? Let's find out what pack we're going to be using to build today between the expansions and the game packs, okay? Ooh, cats and dogs, a Brindleton Bay vibe. No worries. I'm going to need to take some time to come up with some inspiration for that.
End of flashback.
Hey guys, Sarah from the future here, just letting you know that unfortunately I had a weird glitch in this video with my microphone. For the first half of the video, my microphone completely normal, working fine, but then about halfway through the video, for some reason, I literally cannot figure out why, my microphone was just really quiet. I don't know what happened to it, but I've tried my absolute best to make the volume pretty consistent throughout the video, which is hard when you're working with a microphone that's all of a sudden not picking up full sound for some reason. But with that being said, I hope that it's not too distracting. I hope you still enjoy this video because I had a lot of fun making it for you. So with that being said, let's get started with this build. Alright, so we are of course building in Brindleton Bay today. We are on a 30 by 20 lot. This one's hidden away and you'll be seeing an inspiration photo below my face cam of what I'm trying to build here. And I even picked this lot because in the inspiration photo, the home is kind of surrounded by trees and this lot is also surrounded by trees. So it's giving me like the exact vibes. I wanted to go with like, it kind of looks like maybe it was a barn, but it's been converted. I'm not good with architectural styles. You guys should know this by now. I don't know what things are called. I don't know what architectural styles are called. I just saw this house and went, that looks pretty and that looks like the kind of vibe that I wanted to do for this house. So it is going to be a blue home. As you can see, I've just got the siding here. We are of course only using cats and dogs. I did decide that I wanted to try and make this a 2-bedroom starter home, which is interesting because we are of course starting off with the starter home version and then I'll be able to fully renovate it to make it the cats and dogs home of my dreams. So working on the floor plan was super essential to go over with you here because I knew I was going to need to have stairs to go upstairs and that I also wanted to try and have 2 bedrooms. So placing the stairs was the hardest part, really, aside from the roofing. You guys know I'm not good at roofing. I had to do it in chunks and I actually had to look up a tutorial because like I'm not good at roofing, but hey, it looked pretty cute in the end and it's going to look really cute, I think, once it's all done. So getting the stairs located and all sorted was easy once I figured out they just need to go over near the front door. We've got windows and doors placed as well in here, not completely, but a good start, right? All right, so here we are in The Sims 4. This is what I've gotten so far. Let's take a look inside really quick. I've got the basics of it. So here we're gonna walk in the front door here. This is gonna be like an open living and kitchen because I love doing that, honestly. It's just so easy. And then we don't have to spend lots of money on excess walls, right? As it is, I've done an extra bedroom than I would in a house normally. I generally do 1-bedroom houses for this series, but I wanted to really challenge myself today and do a 2-bedroom. It's fine. So we've got 1 bedroom downstairs and a small bathroom next to it. So this is going to be like a child's bedroom downstairs. And then upstairs, we've got what's going to be the main bedroom and the ensuite bathroom. Now, you may be seeing this line here and you're like, what is that? That is actually the front door downstairs. This door, it's beautiful, but it is actually a medium wall height door. You can see the top of it is actually sitting just above the short wall height. I cannot do medium wall height. I just don't like medium wall height. And this door is just ever so slightly taller than short wall height. So there are ways that you can use medium wall height doors on short wall height. It includes having move objects on. It's fine. So I've got that all sorted. But the top of the door is just going to clip here. That's all. That's something that I don't care about because I really wanted to use this front door. It is the perfect front door for this home. So that's what I care more about. Okay. And with that being said, now I'm ready to get started. We have 9,611 simoleons in here. We don't have any indoor doors, wallpaper, or flooring or any furniture, so this is going to be well and truly a challenge. All right, so with that being said, I did also mention I haven't finished the window placement yet. It's mostly just over here because I wasn't sure where I was actually going to put the kitchen and the lounge room. I kind of feel like maybe it could be cool to have some kitchen counters tucked in behind this staircase, so maybe we could do this little bit as an entryway here. We have a little kitchen tucked away over this side and then living space over here. That's kind of what I'm thinking, okay? So we're going to be using base game starter home, the cheapest furniture, right? For the starter home version of this house. I do apologize about it. It does mean that we're using the Blanco contemporary counters. I mean, we've got a blue vibe, so maybe for the starter home version, I could go with the blue ones. I don't think that I have ever used these counters in this swatch before. And like I said, we've got a blue vibe, so maybe I'll do that. Like I said, it's going to be all the cheap appliances. I'm so sorry. It's just we need to make sure that this home is a functional home with a very limited budget. So that's going to be that. We don't have to have a sink in here because we are going to have a sink probably in the bathroom, right? So that's totally fine. As long as there's a sink somewhere in the house. What I do need to do is grab a little bin. We'll chuck it next to the fridge there. That's totally fine. Now, I was thinking of doing some bar seating, but maybe not. Maybe it will be a standalone dining table, but I'm not going to focus on that right now. There are other things that need to take my focus, like perhaps actually doing some flooring and wallpaper, okay? So I am just going to filter by cats and dogs. Okay, so we did get a couple of beautiful wooden floors, and they're only 4 simoleons, so they're cheap. I can use them. I like the green on this one better, but I think I maybe want to go with more of a warm tone in here just because we've got a very cool tone blue, cool tone gray. So maybe introducing some warmth with like this creamy. I kind of like that. Okay, no worries. So now we just need wallpaper and then we can get right back into the furniture. I hate this wallpaper. I just am not a fan. I just don't like particularly any of the swatches, especially that one. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, they're all too expensive, so we're not going to be using them in here. Again, we're probably just going to be using base game wallpaper for the starter home version, and then in the fully renovated version of my dreams, we'll be able to use the cats and dogs wallpaper that I hate. So maybe it won't be of my dreams, but it'll be cats and dogs, and that's what's important, right? Base game and cheap. So when I think base game and cheap, I think of like the just solid paint with the white trim, right? You can't really go wrong. It's just about finding the right swatch. Oh no, that's the one. That's the one. That one's got the warmth in it. That is so pretty. It goes really nicely with the flooring. I'm happy to go with that. Now we have 7,140 simoleons to work with furnishing and potentially doing something out here. This was supposed to be a little front deck. I wasn't planning on raising it up for the starter home version onto a foundation because that's going to cost a lot of money that we don't have. But for the fully renovated home of my dreams, we will be raising it up and having some stairs, okay? But I do feel like I need not just concrete out there, right? Because I do think the darker tone wood is going to be really nice for a little bit of contrast for this house. It also injects a little bit more warmth into it because it is very cool tone with the blues and like the roof trim and stuff. It's very cool tone, so that helps to inject a little bit of warmth. I'm gonna leave it like that. We just need to get inside and start furnishing. So first things first, I do need to get the absolute basic essential furniture. I'm gonna filter by the base game. I am also gonna filter by cats and dogs. If we have any cheap cats and dog stuff, I would like to use it. This bed, oh, that's expensive, 500 simoleons. I can't afford to do that for this version of the home, so we're just gonna go with the anti-goblin bed by Kindermaid for the child's bedroom. I'm just gonna chuck it in there. That'll be totally fine, nice and blue. Other essential furniture, I need to get a bed upstairs in the main bedroom. So what is I don't want to have to go with the Mod Pod twin sleeper, but it does have this nice blue swatch, so maybe I'll go with that just because it is a big step up from 430 simoleons to 620. That is too big a step up. So we're going to go with that one for the time being. We also need to get some bathroom furniture in here. I'm going to try and furnish both bathrooms if I can because they're there. They need to be furnished, right? So what's the step up between the Ambassador at 250 and the Modern Relief at 365? That hurts my heart a little bit. It's just that I don't like the Ambassador toilet at all. And I really like the Modern Relief toilet. I just don't think we're going to be able to afford it though. So we're going to have to just go with the Ambassador for the time being. I'm so unbelievably sorry about it. I'm just going to move on to the shower downstairs for a second because we're probably going to get the postmodern shower stall. Like I said, all the cheapest base game stuff, that is a fully functional bathroom downstairs, right? Heading back upstairs though, I'm probably going to also get the same shower upstairs. And then it's just the sink because I really wanted to do like a beautiful vanity, but that's going to cost a lot of money that I don't probably have. I'm probably just going to grab these counters and see if I can make it work because I was thinking like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, lining that whole thing, having a sink in the middle, and then just cluttering out the rest of the space is what I was thinking of doing. If I need more money, then I'll have to change it. But I'm just going to then grab the Pure Simplicity sink for 130 simoleons, and that is now a fully functional bathroom. Totally fine upstairs. So good. Thank you very much. So we don't even particularly need to have a dining table if we have a couch, right? Because your Sims can sit down and eat meals on the couch. You see what my brain is thinking? My brain is doing the thinky things, okay? So yeah, I would really like to try and have a TV. I'm just trying to think of where I'm gonna lay all this out because now that I'm down here, this is kind of a weird layout. It's making me think that I want to have like a TV against this wall, couch back here, and then maybe we could do like some bookshelves and stuff down here in the fully renovated version of my dreams. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that for the starter home version, but just trying to get a layout for this, right, is what I'm trying to do right now. I would love to get a fireplace, but not right now, okay? But that's just eventually going to be the plan, is to get a fireplace to put in between those two doors. I think that would be really cute. But for now, we're just going to grab a coffee table. Maybe I'll grab this one because it's also in the nice, beautiful, warm tones. We're going to grab the Been There, Watched That TV because it's just going to have to be that one. And then probably a cheap couch, but I would like to go with the Squarely There modern sofa in a 3-seater if I can. Yeah, just the layout of this home is kind of odd. I've made it that way. It's totally my fault. Totally my fault. It's just I don't really want to move these windows here because I love how they're framing in the wall there. So that's the only other place I could think of putting like the TV and stuff would be right there, but I don't want to get rid of these windows. I do probably need to put more windows in. That's still going to look really weird from the back, but we don't look at the back of houses. Plus, it's all about how it looks on the inside. That's what's important, right? And I don't mind that. So now we do technically have a fully functional home. We do also only have 2,913 simoleons. So let's look at some things that I would like to get. Something I also do feel is essential is a bookshelf, just so we can have somewhere that we can study skills. We can buy books to study skills from, especially because I don't have any other skill building objects in here at the moment. So let's look at getting a bookshelf. Now, I would love to get one in the kids' bedroom, which would mean the toddler bookcase. I love decorating kids' bedrooms with the toddler bookcase, right? And we do have this beautiful like sky blue swatch. It's like supposed to be like nature, right? That could go super cutely right there. So that's a bookshelf. I would love to have one in the living room though as well. I kind of want to get the Young Minds Zen bookcase or the Enigma. It's a nice height. It doesn't take up the whole wall, so we could fit a picture or something about above that when we have more money, right? I'd love to have some toys in the kids' bedroom. I'd love to have a dresser upstairs, maybe. Oh my god, that's so cute. I have never seen this rug before in all of its swatches. I'm kind of thinking that one as like a little welcome mat. That's so cute. And then maybe we could get this one. We could size it up because it's only 20 simoleons and we could put it like, underneath the kids' bed. That is ridiculously cute. It can even size up one more. I think that is absolutely adorable. I just can't believe I've never looked at all of the swatches of that rug before. That is so cute and only 20 simoleons. Amazing. All right, what other rugs do we have? Bigger rugs. Oh, okay. We've got like the woven wonder. That's kind of perfect. And only 35 simoleons. You do love to see that. Got the woven web, which is more of a circular. Do I want to go with the circular vibe or the oval vibe? I think the circular vibe is actually better for this particular space, right? And chuck that in the middle there. I'm not sure I love the swatches. We've got 2,058 simoleons. Maybe I could fit a dining table in here. Should we go for it? Should we give it a try, my friends? I think we should. This one is only 10 simoleons more than the cheapest table, so I'm gonna go with it. We've got the square meals dining table. I love this little dining table, and I love the bigger version of it as well. We're gonna get it in this swatch, and then we'll just get some nice chairs to match. Ooh, could we go with the Cousin Jeb's favorite chair? It's 50 simoleons each, and it gives me very Brindleton Bay vibes, and we do have swatches that match. I would like to put this dining table on a diagonal. We are still going to have our Sims be able to walk around that just fine, totally fine. It is making me think that I want to put something underneath it though. A rug underneath it. Ay, ay, ay. But then we're going to have rug upon rug. Because this rug, I like it. I think I like it under the dining table better than I did in the lounge room. I think my big issue is that the lounge room is not where I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I don't have to get rid of my windows for the starter home version. Hell, I don't even have to get rid of my windows completely at all, I've just realized. Because if I'm putting a fireplace there, that's fine. I don't have to have the TV above the fireplace. I think I just like the idea of having the living room down here better. Then we could even move the dining table a little bit more central this way. I think I like that better. And I think it's going to flow better in the long run, right? And I might need to downsize the couch from a 3-seater to a 2-seater in order to eventually be able to have a fireplace right there. But that's fine. I'm happy to do that because then maybe I could get another one of the love seats and chuck it over here. And then we could get another rug to go in the middle here. Okay. Look, this one, I feel like this is going pretty well for the starter home version. I mean, it's a small home, but so far, I mean, don't look upstairs, right? But so far, it feels the most homely, I think, that I've been able to do for this series. I'm quite impressed. I need to get a toy in the kid's bedroom. Like, the kid has to have something to play with, right? So what do we have for oh, it kind of needs to be either Ruffy Schnugglikins or Big Puds. Right, because they're cats and dogs specific. Maybe I could get one of both because they're so cute. Let's have a look at the different swatches. Oh my gosh, the Dalmatian is adorable. The ginger cat is so adorable. So is the tuxedo cat. I'm getting the ginger one. Okay, look. Can you blame me? They're so cute. How can I pick? Plus, I am both a dog and a cat lover. I can't choose between the two. Okay? Hey. Did you know that 72% of you watching right now are not subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you'd like to see some fun Sims 4 gameplay, some Sims 4 creator sim videos, some Sims 4 build videos, and even some games of the Sims past, then hit the subscribe button down below and join my wonderful community of Triceratops. But with that being said, let's get back into the video. We have 968 simoleons. In here, I would like to get a dresser. We don't have a dresser on this lot yet. Kind of need to have a dresser on this lot, right? But all of the base game dresses, I just don't particularly like the vibes. I mean, the only one I do like, I mean, I love this one, don't get me wrong, but it's very modern and we don't sort of have a modern-y sort of feel in here. Well, we kind of do, but we also kind of don't. The only other one that I like is this one, but it's really expensive. The cats and dog ones are also really expensive, so we can't do that, which makes me think I'm gonna have to use like the Enigma dresser, even though, thanks, I hate it. It's just not particularly nice to look at all. What if we just get, even though this is technically a child's dresser, it's the Kinder-made dresser for children. It literally says for children, but it actually doesn't look that bad. It actually kind of has a nice vibe. I don't think I've ever used this dresser before, I'm just realizing. And I don't mind how it looks. it needs to fill in that space over there anyway for the time being. Once we are doing the fully furnished version, I would love to make like window bench seating here. We could really probably use some greenery in this house. I don't have any plants in this house yet, so let me just head into plants and have a look at what we've got with the base game and cats and dogs. Succulent plants, which maybe I could chuck up on the chest of drawers that we've got here, right? Little succulent plants, pretty cute. Oh, absolutely adorable. That is so cute, actually. I don't think I've ever looked at the swatches on them either. They're adorable. Okay, happy to go with that. We've got 178 simoleons left. I would love to get the authority plant to use somewhere, maybe in the bathroom, just next to the toilet here. Could be pretty cute. And maybe we can get one downstairs to use in the bathroom as well. And then we've got 98 simoleons, so we are well and truly on the edge of our spending. So maybe it's about like trying to make it cute, look cute on the outside. I would love to do some like footpathing around the space, but I'm not sure. I mean, we can't afford many outdoor plants, right? But I could get some low-lying, pale, low-lying flowers. I love that little plant just to surround the columns a little bit. We've got 8 simoleons left. So do I then go into debug landscaping? Because I can't afford any trees, and we definitely, I think, need some trees on this lot. And also I'll do some terrain painting as well. So I might do that bit off camera. I'll be right back to show you the completed starter home version of this house.
5 minutes later.
All right, you guys, here we have my completed starter home version of the Cats and Dogs Only home. So I did some funky pathways leading to and fro from the lot because we are in the middle of a great big clearing. So I didn't want to put the pathways right to the edge of the lot because that would look awful. And then I do have some debug landscaping with some beautiful trees. I tried to match the trees to the surroundings, so we've got as many of the surrounding trees that we see just to make it look like it blends in. And I think this is ridiculously cute, actually. I think it's adorable. I love the curved pathways. I think they're going to look really cute when we lift this house onto a foundation as well. So with that being said, there was a few changes that I made to inside as well, because firstly, I realized that I didn't have any pet stuff. So we've got the absolute basics of pet stuff in that we've got a food bowl over here, and we do have a pet bed in the child's bedroom in between the cat and the dog toy. There's no toys for a pet to be had because I didn't have the budget for them. Aside from that, everything is the same as you saw it before. I think this is probably the best starter home I have done of this series in regards to it feeling like a full home. Like, you have absolutely everything you need in this starter home and more. I'm really impressed with that one. So with that being said, if you would like to download my Cats and Dogs starter home for yourself and use it as a part of your game, remembering that you are downloading the starter home to then build upon as your Sims are earning money in the game, it will be on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way it is spelt here. This is not doing my beautiful home justice, right? Even that kind of doesn't. Anyway, it looks pretty cute considering it's a starter home version. But with that being said, my friends, now we get to do a heckin' mother load. So let's do it. 50,000 simoleons, and now I get to make it the Cats and Dogs home of my dreams. Let's get started in the kitchen because that was a little bit of a sad looking kitchen. I mean, I've had sadder looking kitchens, but it was just looking a bit sad. I think for this home that I would either like to use the escargot counters or the Simley Park shaker counters. I love these counters. I say it every time I use them. She is beauty, she is grace, she is everything I've ever wanted in a base game counter, right? She is everything. We've even got this blue and white swatch. Oh my gosh, that is to die for. I'm gonna use that. Oh, so freaking beautiful. All right, so I'm happy with that for the minute. Still need to clutterize the kitchen and all that, but that is a functional kitchen. That is a functional dining area. I would love to do some more stuff in the entryway there, but that can happen later when I do decorating. Next, I'm probably going to move on to the bathrooms just to get them done. They're going to take no time at all. I already know. I'm going to use the Modern Relief oh, maybe not. Because I do like the copper stopper toilet as well. And we've got the budget, my friends. We do have the budget. What other Cats and Dogs stuff? Oh, the bath. The glossy copper tub by Shimmer. Yes, please. And thank you. That is going in here too. Thank you ever so much for that. Which means I'm probably then going to get a separate shower up here. We do have the crystal box shower stall. It is my favorite. I love it. It needs to go on that wall. Really? That's going to clip with the window though. Do I care about the shower wall clipping with the window? You can tell from the inside, but I don't think I care. So I hope that you guys don't care as well. That's fine. The shower's there. So that's unfortunate because I think that would be beautiful, but it might, I hate to even say it. I hate to say it, but it might have to be a pedestal sink. Ugh. But we've got one in blue. I don't like it at all, but I'll chuck the authority plant next to it and it's gonna have to do. I'm sorry. That's not the vibe I would normally go for, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's move on to the lounge area, okay? Because now we've got a little bit more budget. We've got things like this couch that could use more pillows. It could use more pillows, or it could not. What color swatch do I want to go with? It definitely gives me the perfect Brindleton Bay vibe. I am not sure. I think it's the rug under the dining table that's kind of throwing me off, because now that I've changed the color scheme a bit, I don't think that matches, and I think it's throwing me off. I like the color scheme of this rug better now with what I've got going on in the rest of the house, right? I still don't know what swatch of this couch I want to go with though. Or even if I can put it there, if I wanted to get a fireplace right there, that's not going to work then, is it? I want this couch though, so maybe the couch, the 3-seater couch can go like over here. I do definitely want to get a fireplace. That was the whole reason why I was keeping this space on this wall free, was to get a fireplace. The one from Cats and Dogs is too big, which is a shame because it's beautiful. But I was looking at the classically mantled fireplace anyway, which is a base game fireplace. They added this into the base game. We've got the matching dark blue that's going to match the blue of the kitchen counters. She is beauty, she is grace, right? Again, she's beauty, she is grace. Maybe it's not that I get another couch. Maybe it's that I get an armchair. We've got armchairs to match the couch, okay? It's not the usual layout that I would generally go with for a lounge room, right? I would not normally do this, but it is going to be functional, and that is what is important. I'm still not decided on the swatches yet, but now that I've got that layout sorted, I'm going to be right to go in and have a look at swatches. They keep coming back to the stripes. But then none of the stripes, I mean, these stripes kind of match the rug a little bit, but then they're so different to everything we have done in this house. I'm just not sure. I don't know what to choose. And then I come back to this blue and I'm like, well, that's just a little bit plain, but is that a bad thing? Maybe it's these stripes. I just don't quite know. But then I like the yellow and the blue stripes because that gives me kind of seaside vibes. And Brindleton Bay, I mean, you can see the ocean is there. It's there. We're close to the beach. Look, I'm gonna settle on the blue and yellow. It does make me think about changing the swatch on the mat, but none of the other swatches are good, so no, I'm keeping it. It's fine. They don't all have to be cohesive, even though my brain is telling me that they all have to be cohesive. Anyway, I'm gonna get the Invisiview flat top table TV. Do I want to get a better coffee table to go underneath that though? Because I do like the mega coffee table. It's got a cute little runner on it. It's a little bit fancier. I reckon it could be cuter for this space, that's all. I kind of like this one with these stripes because that injects the yellow stripe on there, which matches the yellow on the couch. I'm happy to go with that. This is going to sound really odd, but do I want to get another coffee table? And the only reason I mention it is because we do have one from Cats and Dogs. We can just put some cluttery bits and bobs on there, and I think that's fine without doing clutter for the lounge room, okay? I need to get some pet stuff. So I'm thinking of getting like this play on the go toy box. We could pop that over here, leaning up against the couch, right? So that the pet that we're gonna have could come and get a toy. Whether it's a cat or a dog, I'll leave that up to you. I was kind of feeling more dog vibes because if it's a cat, then I'd have to put in like a cat tree, and I'm not sure where I would put that. I don't know. Anyway, I love dogs and I love cats. Although I could put a cat tree here. I'm going to get this one, the Carpeted Conifers Cat Tree Deluxe. It's very, very cute. Is that too close to the front door? Perhaps it is. But I am just thinking that maybe I would like to get, hold 1 second. We've got this place food here, Matt. And that's what I am thinking of putting like here. And then maybe I can scoot the cat tree back this way just a little bit. And then I'm thinking of getting a second bowl. We would pretend that it's like food and water, but it could even be a second pet bowl, right? Just somewhere for the pets to eat. We need to move along, and I'm going to move right on into the kids' bedroom. So now, we've got choices. We even have a cats and dogs bed. That's so exciting. So I went with a blue vibe in here. I would like to keep in with a blue vibe. So let's have a look at the swatches we've got on this bed. I love the patchwork is really nice. It's just the frame on that one is so dark. The frame on that one is brown. The frame on that one is mint, and I don't love that. I like this bed though. I like the coloring in this bed. Oh, I did also forget though that we've got Mr. Wolf and Mrs. Meow's child bed. And that will be a lot more childlike. And we do have matching furniture, and I have absolutely never used that bed before. Okay, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna go all in with it. I'm gonna go with this one with the blue and the green. It's just that we have a matching bedside table in the blue and the green. So we're gonna get 2 of them because I can afford to get 2 of them. We'll get 2 of them now. Maybe we can put a little bit of clutter on this one or something would be nice. I totally want to use the aquarium somewhere in this house. I totally do. That's the kind of thing that would be perfect to go against the staircase, but then where am I gonna put the cat trees? The cat tree gonna go upstairs? Maybe the cat tree could go upstairs. Maybe the cat tree could go in front of the window, but then the window gets blocked off. That's so cute. I don't think I've ever used that aquarium before either. So happy to use that. Maybe I put that upstairs in front of the window. Hold on. Is that where you can still see out of the window partly? I can put some plants on either side of it. I think that could be cute. The main bedroom. So I am very excited at the thought of using a different bed. The single mission double bed. Do we have a blue swatch in that? A good blue swatch in that? No, but we've got a green swatch. No, I'm going with blue though. Oh, never fear, my friends. I only had the base game filter on. I did not have the cats and dogs filters on. Okay, we do in fact. I thought that we had a double bed. We've got 2, and now I think I'm going to be spoilt for choice, actually. This one, I know, has a swatch that I do love. I do love that swatch. That gives me very, like, the Hamptons vibes. I've never been to the Hamptons. Probably never will ever go to the Hamptons. I'm also thinking of moving the bed over by 1, because I like how that looks better. Do I move the rug over too? I think I do, just because that then squares the bed with the window. And I think in the starter home version, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to move the bed over by 1 because it's square then with the window. And I like that. That makes me happy. Oh my gosh, this little Brindleton light commemorative table lamp, that is so cute. I've never used it before. And I'm going to put that downstairs either on the fireplace or on the coffee table. I think that's so cute. Oh, hold the phone for a second. Oh no, hold the phone for a second. There is something I would love to do in this bedroom. In the window. I mentioned about making like a little window box area for seating. We've got window seats, bay window seats. I can make that work. I can absolutely make this work. I'm going to do something a little bit finicky. I have move objects on, and I'm going to do that, okay? So from the outside, okay, it looks really strange from the inside, I know, but from the outside, we've got our beautiful 3 windows on the cutout here, right? On the bump out, we've got our beautiful 3 windows. On the inside, that is what it is going to look like, and you can only see 1 window for the specific purpose of having, I need it. I have to use it. I never, ever, ever get to use these, and I need to use it. We've got it in a beautiful white and blue as well, and it's perfect. That's so beautiful. And it kind of covers up a little bit of the front door clipping through. I loved how the windows looked on the inside. So on the diagonal pieces, I put windows, and then this is what is technically happening here. So we've got windows to look kind of through windows. I think that is the best possible solution because I've got how cute the windows look above the window seat. But I've also got the square bump out that I think looks really cute. I think that's the best solution, okay? Look at me coming up with solutions to problems. I think I'm now ready to do some cluttering and stuff. And also, I'm gonna do the landscaping and I'll lift the house up onto a foundation after I do the landscaping. So I'm gonna do all of that off camera. So I'll be right back once I finish doing all that fun stuff.
One eternity later.
You guys, I've spent a ridiculously long time doing the landscaping and getting the clutterizing for this house done. It looks so ridiculously cute though. So here we have the finished cats and dogs only home. I wanted to put a chimney, but I didn't like the chimney, so I put the little roof accessory on there to pretend it's a chimney. We do have beautiful landscaping of hydrangea bushes mixed with some ferns and some low-lying flowers just in all of the pathways. So freaking cute. And with the stairs and the fences along the front, all the columns, so pretty. I really like this house. I've said this every video of these that I've done recently that it's my favorite. This is going to be one of my favorites. I just think from start to finish, I was able to achieve the exact vibes that I wanted for this house. It looks so cute. And I do think it gives perfect Brindleton Bay vibes as well. Like just from all angles, it just looks like it's meant to be in Brindleton Bay. I just am so impressed. So let's go inside and take a look at all of the cluttering that I did though. Oh, and one thing I will mention just before we go inside, I do have a litter box over here on the porch. I didn't know where to put it inside, so it's on the porch. Fear not. So when we come inside the door, we are greeted with a lot of clutter. This house does end up looking very busy, and that's because it is so small. If I was just building like a Brindleton Bay mansion, it would have been very different. But because this is such a small house, it is very cluttered looking, but I do love the blue of the kitchen. For the little welcome area next to the front door, I've got some dog treats and the dog leashes and stuff, all of that good stuff. And then we come into the kitchen, more cluttered, looking very cute. We do have one counter spare for your Sims to be able to cook. Taking a swing around though, this is the lounge area all done. Like I said, it's very cluttered. Once I added the curtains in, it just looked incredibly busy and incredibly cluttered. But it also feels kind of lived in as well, is the vibe. So we do have some beautiful pictures and stuff over the fireplace, over the bookshelf. We do have a little feature wall here, gallery wall there. I had to with the lighthouse and like the sharks and the fish and the octopus, had to go with that. Very cute. So that is the lounge area. Very cluttered once again, but also feeling very homely. Let's go in and take a look at the kids' bedroom though. So when we walk through the door, this is what we're greeted with. We can see my Sim outside, but I like the little pets vibes. These curtains are so cute. They are from Cats and Dogs. We do have a little art table over there. They can paint some pictures, make some crafts, and of course we do have the toys that we saw before. So it's pretty basic, but it's a really small kids room, so it's like there's not much else I could do really. But let's go upstairs and take a look at the finished main bedroom. So at the top of the stairs, I will just mention I found this beautiful like shipwreck scene. Maybe it's not a shipwreck yet, but it will be, probably, right? This is the rest of the parents' bedroom though. Again, it does look incredibly cluttered up here. Very busy and very cluttered, but in that way, I guess it feels like it's lived in. So we've got some more clutter, some more pictures on the walls over here. All finished. We've got some more clutter above the window seats. Super cute. I love that area still. And then we do, of course, have our fish tank. Now, I'm not going to show you the bathroom downstairs. We'll just take a quick squeeze into the main bathroom, though, because it's very similar vibes, honestly, for the downstairs and the upstairs bathroom, right? So we do have nothing above the bathtub. Maybe I should try and find a picture to put above the bath, okay? That's just one thing that I forgot to do, but take a swing around, and we do have our beautiful cabinet made for the bathroom. Very, very cute. Look, I don't know what else to put in here, so I'm just going to put this swatch of this painting. So with that being said, if you would like to download my Cats and Dogs only home for yourself and use it in your game, you will find it on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way it's spelled here, like I mentioned before. Here we do have our beautiful Cats and Dogs only home. I'm thinking of getting rid of the bit that I thought was going to be the chimney though. It doesn't look that great in the preview and I like how it looked before. Anyway, I think it's so cute. With the minimal landscaping that I did, it does just kind of look like you stumble upon this home, right? Very, very cute. And then it is absolutely cluttered and beautiful on the inside as well. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths for 55,161. That's not bad for this series, okay? So it will be on the gallery waiting for you to download right now. But you guys, that's all I've got for this video of making a starter home using only cats and dogs and then fully renovating that home to be the cats and dogs home of my dreams. Super excited and stoked with how this one came out. I hope that you guys liked it, and I hope you're excited to see some more of these because I've still got a lot of packs to explore, right? With that being said, if you would like to see more of me, any more Sims content that I've got coming your way, then hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Leave me a cat or a dog emoji or both in the comments down below to let me know that you got this far in the video, you liked watching this build come to life, and you would like to see me do this again with a different pack for a different starter home and then dream home. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!